Hello, this is Pastor Frank Lee, Castilian Senior, coming at you again with another Sunday School moment. And today's date is June the 6th, 2021. And we have a beautiful Sunday School lesson entitled, Why Do You Worry? That's a good question. Why do you worry? I mean, you're coming out here and we're talking about the unit, talking about how faith and hope works together hand in hand. And the first outline, the first thing is saying to you is, why do you worry? That comes about a question in our mind. Why do we worry about things that are happening? What kind of food we're going to eat? What kind of clothes we're going to wear? What kind of house we're going to live in? How much money do we have in our bank account? Do we have enough money for retirement? Do we have enough money for our children, college, or whatever? Why do you worry is the question. Now, here's what happened. In this Sunday school lesson, it starts talking about the first verse in the Sunday school lesson, which is Matthew, the 6th chapter, and the 25th verse, is telling you, don't worry about anything. Don't worry about the clothes that you have. Don't worry about the food that you eat. But here's the thing about it. Where your treasure is, there your heart is also, is what Jesus is talking about here. So, why do you worry? Now comes back down to the 33rd verse, and I'm going to read that to you. And I'd like to point out something to you here. Listen to what it says here. Verse 33. But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness. In the 5th, 6th, and 7th chapter of Matthew, this is the Sermon on the Mount, where Jesus was teaching a sermon to the multitude. And here he is telling you to seek ye first the kingdom of God. Well, of course, Jesus is going to tell us that it was somebody think, because that's what Jesus wants us to do, is to look to him, right? Jesus is not just telling us that, but Jesus is the model of that. The reason why we know that Jesus is the model of that is because in the 9th through the 13th verse of the 6th chapter of Matthew, the same chapter, is the model prayer. Some people call it the Lord's Prayer. It's not the Lord's Prayer, it's the model prayer. The reason why it's the model prayer, not the Lord's Prayer, because Jesus' prayer is actually found in the 14th, 15th, 16th, and 17th chapter of St. John, where Jesus was praying for his disciples. That was his specific prayer for his disciples. This is the model prayer on the way we are supposed to pray. Now, if Jesus is telling us to seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, he has to be a model of what we are. What we're saying is we need to be a model to the world on what Christianity is all about, on what being a Christian, living the life of a Christian is all about. The reason why we know that it's a model prayer is because how did Jesus start off that prayer? Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Jesus started the prayer by looking towards heaven, by looking to God. The model prayer showed us in the example of what Jesus did, how to pray and how to stop worrying. Don't worry about it. Look to God about it. Look to Jesus to fix it. In other words, what we need to do is this. When we have a problem, we go about and we try to fix it. And when we try to fix that problem, what do? We mess it up. We don't do it right. We don't get it right. And then we turn around and we're confused. And then what do? We turn and we run to God. God, I can't do it. I need you to do it. We're crying and tears are coming down our eyes, and we're crying for him to take care of it for us. Well, if he's going to take care of it for us, wouldn't it make more sense to give it to him from the beginning? In other words, when we endeavor to go into something, into a project, or go into doing something for God, look to him first. If we can seek the kingdom of God first, then you know what? We don't have to worry about it because God's got this. Jesus was the example of that in the model prayer by saying, Our Father, which art in heaven. He looked to the Father first. So instead of you trying to fix your problem first, seek God first about your situation. Then maybe you might not even have a problem. Get your situation straightened out first. Lord, this is what I'm trying to do for you. Is it your will? Is it you? I'm seeking you. Show me what to do because I don't know what to do. And only when we seek his kingdom first can we be the perfect examples of how to not to worry to the world. Be that example in your life. Let the people know that Jesus died on the cross for us, went down into hell and got up with all power in his hand. And because of that, we don't have to worry. God bless you. I'll see you in Sunday school.